Why do you have such a focus on health? Like my focus on health was brought on because it was like a struggle. I was dying and I hated people who focused on health with like a passion. Like the gluten-free people, I hated them. The people eating organic, I hated them too. There was no rhyme or reason why I hated the healthy people. It didn't even, I don't even think it was associated. I was just like, it's narcissistic and annoying and it's in your face. And I don't want to hear about your weird hippie stores and all of it's false anyway. And then I ended up on this stupid diet that cured me. And now I'm like, okay, fine. Maybe some people out there had a point about alternative health. But why did you get into it?
Yeah, I can't say that like I didn't come from it where I was like struggling with my health at all. I actually got into health and wellness because of I was vain and I was like, I want to make sure that I
Yeah.
age as well as I possibly can. And then over the years, it's the vanity has fallen away somewhat. Vanity's still there, but I'm just, and then I became interested and became kind of good at when you love what you're listening to, you can take in the information very easily. And I just loved health and wellness, and so I kind of fell into it thanks to Dave Asprey. I had an ex girlfriend who used to make coffee with butter, and she'd blend it. And I was like, "What is this? Why am I drinking butter?" And she's told me about this Dave Asprey guy. And anyway, when she stopped making those for me, I realized that we needed to break up and because she just stopped doing it one day and and I was like, oh, so you don't really care anymore. That's how I knew that I needed to leave. But so Dave Asprey was kind of my way in. He was the one talking about how fat isn't bad for you, red meat isn't bad for you. Put butter in your coffee, it's really delicious, and it is, and not everyone should do it, and it's not something that I do all the time anymore. And then I was like, okay, well, this is really fun information, and everyone's talking about plant-based, and I'm like, and I'm over here thinking about how great red meat is for everybody. It's like, okay, well, and then I found myself in a community. I loved Dave Asprey. I loved Ben Greenfield. I'm fascinated by them. I love biohacking. I love, getting outside in the nude, getting under red light, getting my balls on red light.
Does that,
I
okay, is
get into
that
it.
real? Does that work? My husband's really into that. And I'm just like, it's so obnoxious. It's so
Right.
obnoxious. Like, like last night, he's doing it and like, the light shines up and just like wham right in my eyes. And I was just like, Jordan, like, really? I don't even believe this. But there have been scientific studies on like red light on your balls increasing testosterone? That's actually peer
Yeah,
reviewed.
I'm not sure about no, I wouldn't know if it's peer reviewed or anything like that. I do know that you can overdo it though. So you wouldn't be
What?
wanting to do more than you can overdo it. You can burn your swimmers if you leave them under a red light for too long. So I wouldn't be doing it. I used to do it for 20 minutes a day when I first got into it, and that was unnecessary. I was like a virile 30-year-old. And I was like, you don't really need the help. So I reckon just doing it 10 minutes every so often. You don't have to be a crazy person about it. Red light is probably great for you. I again, I don't know what these peer-reviewed things are saying, but on that biohacking thing, I also get into like 40-degree water every morning for 3 minutes. First
Oh,
thing.
cool.
Yeah, I love
Do you have
that
a
stuff.
cold plunge at your place?
I got a cold plunge, yeah, which is a pretty terrific thing. I mean, mentally, what a win to get in and out of cold water for 3 minutes. First thing that you do every day, and you can get out, and it's like coffee
Wow.
before coffee. And the studies on that are like excellent, like what
Yeah,
they found about what
yeah,
has the effects on the brain. And
that's cool. What company do you use?
it's called the cold plunge, and it looks like it's a beautiful white bathtub essentially.
Oh, I have a friend who has
Um,
one of those. So you like that company?
I love it, love it. Yeah, I mean, there's the other companies that like where you're basically sitting on ice, and they'll go slightly below 40. This one goes to 40. You don't need to really go below 40. It's as cold as you can believe, and I love it, and it's just a good looking bathtub. But and I do it every day. It's something that you can consistently do, and you can teach yourself to even get better at. I'm not interested in getting better
Yeah.
at it. I'm just interested in getting the benefits brain wise, and I love it.
Hmm. Okay. I want to do that. That one, you don't have actual ice chunks in there then, do you? It's just
No,
cold, cold,
no, it's
cold.
just
Okay. But
pure
the
cold water. Yeah.
benefits are the same.
Benefits are the same. I mean, I can't imagine that there'd be any benefits to like there being a whole bunch of ice in there. Um,
Looks better
but
for
I,
social media content.
It does look better for social media that, you getting in and shivering and that'll be enough, and saying that it's, and that you have a thing there that says it's 40 degrees. And so everyone can know that you're actually getting into 40-degree thing. It's sensational and so good for you. And what they're saying about like norepinephrine and epinephrine in the brain, like can go up by 300% in some cases just by doing it about 14 minutes a week. So that's not a lot and pretty terrific for the brain.
Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna do that. I got a sauna. I've wanted a sauna. I've wanted a
You.
sauna for years. Yeah, and I have one now, and it's amazing. But
What did you get? The infrared, or did you get the?
I have an infrared.
Are you finding it's helping with your condition? Is it helping with inflammation?
I don't really have very many symptoms anymore, but
Mm,
it helps if I get worked up about something. Like if I'm stressed out, it helps. And if I accidentally eat something that gives me a reaction, it helps. It makes me
yeah.
feel good.
Wow.
Like it makes me feel good. I really like infrared saunas, and I liked it better than the I guess the ones that aren't infrared that just heat you up. Because I can stay in there for a lot longer and just sweat. Whereas the other ones I'd heat up and I'd get hot. And I'm already in Florida. It's like, I'd rather like get in somewhere and really sweat than heat up as much. So I have a sauna, and it doesn't even have heaters at the front. They're ones that have infrared, and then they'll have heaters at the front. And I got the type that doesn't even have heaters at the front. So it's just
Ah.
sweating. I don't get too hot. It's nice. It's lovely.
I think sauna is the next frontier for me. Like that'll be the next thing that I get into. I have an issue with heat. If I overheat, I get angry. If you want to
Yeah.
piss me off, give me a cup of coffee, put me in jeans, and send me out in the middle of the day, and that'll do it. I'll be an absolute like irritated, like angry man. And so maybe learning resilience to build heat resilience would be good for me.
That's interesting. Well, the type I have doesn't have heaters in it. I don't like the ones that have heaters because getting hot like that makes me uncomfortable and like
Right.
irritated. Yeah. Although I've gotten a lot much better since I've been on the carnivore diet. I used to be hot all the time, and I was on a lot of medication too, so it was probably side effects.
Mm.
But I was like in tank tops and shorts in the winter, hot all the time. And I'm not, oh, and now I'm cold instead. It's better though. Like really cold actually, but it's better.
Yeah, I mean, I'm cold all the time now. My body, I don't know what it is, but ever since doing the cold plunge, I'm the one who turns off the air conditioner now, and my wife is the one
Ah.
switching it back on. And and I'm wearing a sweater in the morning of us in summer, like walking around my house. And I used to look at people doing that and go, "What are you doing? How it's summer? How are you doing that?" That's me now. It's very interesting, and it has to be the cold, or and it could be placebo. I don't know, but I feel generally colder all the time now.
That's cool. Okay, so
Yeah.
that doesn't sound as good for me, but that could be good for my husband.
Well, you should be going. You can do the going between thing where you go into the sauna, jump into the cold plunge, back into the sauna, and that's been meant to be fantastic for you. And Dr. Peter Attia has talked about how much his deep sleep is improved by doing that at night before bed. His deep sleep's improved by like an hour.
Really? By an
Yeah,
hour?
yeah, and that is an insane number for anybody listening. Like, you usually just stick to about 2 hours. For a lot of people, they just stick to a certain number. For it to increase an hour, that's a big difference.